All right, so this is a light plate that I got from Martin Pegasus, and what it's capable of is giving us a lot of information. So what I've done here is uh, managed to get all the sketch items front and back into a sketch. So if we turn off the body, you can see what I've done is grab front and back stuff, and I'll show you how to do that later. What I wanted to show you how to do is start a light plate. And so this has been saved, okay, by going in here and say, save it as DXF. Once I've done that, I've created a DXF file, which can be then imported as a whole new one. I've found that if I start all over again and make another body in this, it's hung up on this body's stuff and you can't delete it or your new drawing goes away. I don't know how to avoid that. So we're just exporting it to some place where we can work on it. That's already been done. So we will take a look at it and start to work. So let's turn that off. Um, okay, so now we've started up a brand new um, F um, Fusion 360. And I want to make sure I'm in inches. Yes, I'm in inches because that's what I like to work in. We're selecting operating on the first item. First thing we want to do is create a sketch. We're going to choose this particular plane, and then we're simply going to go and insert the DXF file. We have to select it here, this little icon. We come in here. There's the one that I exported from Martin's. And there it is. And I think its units is in millimeter. So we'll just include it that way and finish the sketch just to make sure. So measurement from here, whoops, try that again. Inspect measurement. We're going to go here we go. No, I didn't have the right thing selected. To here, 5.66 inches. So that's correct. Just for the heck of it, we can do another one to check it. We can do a inspect, measure. Let's measure from there to there, 2.165. That all looks correct for the fuel panel, okay? And if we want, we can take a look here, do a shift and rotate things around, and you can see all of the sketch marks that are actually taken from the original drawing. Right, now that we've brought this in, you can see the sketch that we've brought in. Let me move it over a little bit. And the thing we need to do, and it's number one, is go over here and tell it, right click, we need to edit the sketch because it doesn't have everything in it that we want. Now we're in the edit sketch, and what we want to first do is let's define the pocket for the printed circuit board. We're going to use modify to do that. So what you have to do doing the modify is you have to go around and you have to select all of the curves to offset this. 0.05, there we go. So let's continue to offset all of the curves. But we have to select them. It's a real pain in the butt. That's what we want to do. And make this pocket while we're dealing with this one. Okay? So there we go. If we back out, you can look at it. You can see we've got the offset lines. I want to tell it, okay. There we go. So now I have an offset. However, these are nice jagged corners. So let's do the following. We're going to modify. We're going to fillet the corners here. There you go. And there, but that's way, way, way too big. So let's make it 0.05, I think is what I use. We'll have to go back and look at some of this. Just about, let's make it 0.4, 3.5. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so now I've got that one done, filleted. There's probably a way that I can go in and say, hey, make all the corners on this particular fillet sketch the same thing, but I think the best way is just to go around and click all of the corners that we want to do this to. There we go. So if I say finish sketch, now you can see the offset there for the pocket in the light plate. The next thing is let's go put in some inserts for screw inserts. I'm only going to do a couple of them. Once again, edit. So now that we're going to edit, what we're going to do is put in, create a circle, a center and diameter. I'm not exactly sure what the diameter was on these things, but let's just think it's something about like this. So what you can see here is that this item I can move around. So I'm going to move it over here. So there is one of them. Okay, we're done. But now let's make a bunch of copies of this. So once again, highlight, move copy, and you can see over here I want to create the copy. And now I'm just going to start using these. Okay, and I will create one copy, and then I can select it. There we go. And do another move or copy. That's the tricky thing. I had to hit the center. So now I can move this copy over to a corner or something like that. But anyway, there's some screw inserts that I've inserted into the sketch. We can also now, same sketch, we're editing. We have to create the pockets. So what we're going to do is create a circle, center point and diameter. So I'm just going to pick a spot over here just for the heck of it for now. There's the center spot, and this needs to be 0.25 for the circle for the pocket. Okay, so there it is. But we need the rectangle, which we're going to have to fillet. We're going to zoom in here and let's see if we can do this. Once again, we're going to create a rectangle, 2-point. There we go. You can see it snapped to the other circle, and we'll bring it up here. I forget how long it is. Let's try something like this. So now we have the circle, but we want to fill it. Oh, there it is. Fill it, this corner, and then what I'm trying to do is get it to be halfway. There it came out reasonably well when I clicked on the other one. So you can see how we just manipulate it slightly, and that looks good. We're done with that part. I think I have to do maybe just return. There we go. All right. So you can see I've got copies of stuff. I wish that I knew a way that I could take and make both of these combined into one particular item that I can copy. Now I've created the sketch. Let me see if I can just grab this. There we go. Once again, move or copy, create a copy of all this, and then we're going to move it and put it where we want it. So now we've got a couple of these. Okay, enter, and we're done. So you can see what we've got here. All right, we're done with that. Finish sketch. So there those are. We're ready to actually start into 3D. You're going to be doing screw inserts and the pockets for the lamps and so forth. And it's all in one sketch. So we're going to do that in just a moment.